Hello everybody and welcome here to Craig's on the Roscommon-Galway border for the Division A Under-14 final between Buccaneers and Sligo. Both of these teams well familiar with each other, having played each other in the league already, and Buccaneers came out on top on that occasion in the first meeting. But here they are now. That group game is over. This is the final, so it's anybody's game. And we'll give you the two lineups here. And first of all, we'll give you the Buccaneers team. The front row: Kieran West, loose head prop; James Kelly, hooker; Jack Ryan, tight head prop. The second row of Evan Claffey and Peter Burke. And then the back row, it's Reuben Collarden, Ryan Nagel and Nathan Kelly. The half-back division of Andrew Cotton and Hugo McGowan. And then on the right wing, Sam Byrne, Oisin O'Donoghue and Darragh Glennon in the centre, and Jacob Byrne on the other wing, and then the full-back is Philip Finan. Sligo team, props ready to go. The referee, Christy O'Sullivan, blows his whistle. So Sligo team: Angelo Jimenez, Donica Fahy, Cathal Moffat, Fionn Byrne, Owen McNamara. Then it's Ruben Galvin, Hugh Arnold, Ronan Mullen, Giacomo Gamby Whelan, John Paul Flanagan, the captain, Patrick Filer, Mark Clifford, Conor Hare, and Brian McCabe. And then Conor Davey is the full-back. So Christy O'Sullivan, our referee from the Raptors Club in Galway, is the official. Touch judges will be Niall Quinn from Craig's Rugby Club on the far side, and on the near side we have Jonathan Fahy, who is a coach of Sligo as well. So Christy O'Sullivan now checking his watch, and we're ready to go on the live stream. You're very welcome to this game, no matter where you are in the world. Time is on, and the kick-off from John Paul Flanagan, well taken there by Sam Byrne. The kick into touch, bounces awkwardly and bounces back on the Buccaneer side. There's a knock on. Referee blows his whistle for the knock on. And who will be the Division A champions for under 14 in Connacht in 2021? Will it be Sligo or will it be Buccaneers? Sligo going for their third championship in a week, having won the under 15 and under 17 last week, having defeated Buccaneers in both of those games. So Sligo really on a roll at youth level at the moment. So Buccaneers trying to arrest that trend where they've lost two in a row finals to Sligo. So they put in, and big shove from the Sligo men. It's back on the Buccaneers side with Andrew Cotton. Andrew places to Hugo McGowan. Into the centre comes the full back, Philip Finan, and he's making great pace. What pace! What a run! He's going up the wing. It's still Philip Finan. Brilliant run by Philip Finan onto the 22, and he's still in possession. What an amazing piece of skill by the Buccaneers full back. And this is the full out half. Hugo McGowan into the centre now. Oisin O'Donoghue. And ball goes to ground. It's there on the Buccaneers side. A very impressive start by the Buccaneers. But here's their number 8, Nathan Kelly, and he's brought down, presents the ball, and the ball goes back on the Sligo side, but played on the ground, played on the floor. Referee Christy O'Sullivan saw the infringement and gives the penalty to the team with the forward momentum. That's the Buccaneers team. A really impressive run there by the fullback, Philip Finan. What pace going down the wing. And Buccaneers got a quick tap there with their loose head prop. It's Kieran West. So Kieran West drives at the Sligo defence, takes the ball into contact. It's back on their side. Scrum half Andrew Cotton plays it to the tight head prop, driving forward towards the Sligo line. It's there for Cotton once more. Plays it outside to Hugo McGowan. Hugo McGowan drives. Still Hugo McGowan. He's got support outside him, but he's making his way forward. He's held up on the line. Good defensive work by the Sligo defenders. Back here once more. Andrew Cotton snipes and darts. Held up. Almost in. Buccaneers on the line. Can they get over? The referee looks at it. At the Buccaneers side cheer, and the referee has blown his whistle and he's given the decision to the Sligo team, and the Sligo defensive work rewarded with a penalty for that rearguard action where they were really under siege. And it's a chance now for their out half, John Paul Flanagan, to bring in a relieving kick. So Sligo kick the ball out towards the far side, and that's a line out halfway between the goal line and the 22-metre line. So Sligo, what great piece of defensive work to repel that movement by Buccaneers. Buccaneers players cheered believing they had scored, but the referee gave the decision to the Yates County team. So Sligo under pressure now. It's a line-out throw-in for Buccaneers, and James Kelly with the black skull cap will throw into a shortened line. He'll be targeting Evan Claffey and Peter Burke, his second row men, but that ball is crooked. The referee will blow that up for a crooked throw. Scrum to Sligo. And the wind is playing a big part in this. The wind is blowing from left to right. It's a very strong breeze in the first half. It's favouring the Sligo team in the opening 25 minutes, and you could measure that breeze by the way the ball was thrown into the line out by James Kelly. The wind took it, and if ever there was a crooked throw in, that was it, but it was the wind that made it crooked, not the line out throw. And it's a scrum for Sligo. Back row move. Here comes their number 8, Ronan Mullen. Powerful player, Ronan, but equally met by a powerful force on the Buccaneers side, and it's still on the Sligo side. They have a lot of defending here too, in dangerous position, so they try to work it out. The dispossessed ball goes to ground. Sligo really under the cosh here. Very strong Buccaneers forward line. Ball has gone forward, and it's going to be a Sligo put in to the scrum. So Sligo team, as we said, defending here in the opening stages. 5 minutes gone, and just give you the Sligo team once more. Kieran West, James Kelly, Jack Ryan, Angelo Jimenez, Donica Fahey, Cathal Moffat, Fionn Byrne, Owen McNamara, Ruben Galvin, Hugh O'Garnell, Rona Mullen, Giacomo, Gamby Whelan, John Paul Flanagan, Patrick Filan, Mark Clifford, Conor O'Hare, Brian McCabe and Conor Davey. Buccaneers, Kieran West, James Kelly, Jack Ryan, Evan Claffey, Peter Burke, Ruben Collerton, Ryan Nangle, Nathan Kelly, Andrew Cotton, Hugo McGowan, Sam Byrne, Ushin Dunn, Dara Glennon, Jacob Burke, Philip Fine. A very, very good opening few minutes for the Buccaneers team. Camped inside the Sligo 22. Difficult ball here for the out half. John Paul Flanagan, but it's a decent relieving kick over the far side, and there goes Philip Finan, and it goes off his hands, and it'll be a line out to Buccaneers. Maybe the ball was out before Philip touched it, so it's going to be a throw into the line out for Buccaneers and for their hooker James Kelly. So James throwing to the back, maybe of the line this time. We'll just see. Buccaneers have made some changes from the starting 15. Cathal Brazel comes in wearing number 18, and Emmett Killeen comes in wearing number 23. So this is a good throw in, and Buccaneers have it. They drive forward towards the 22-metre line. It's back on their side, and the out half, Andrew Cotton, plays the ball, but it goes forward at the base of the ruck, and it'll be a scrum to Sligo. So Sligo edged out Buccaneers when they met early in the league, first league match of the season, the first away match, and in fact Buccaneers edged out Sligo rather by 10 points. Buccaneers are coached by Charlie Cooper, he's their head coach, and Sligo's head coach Jonathan Fahey and Peter Mullen is joined by Hugh O'Hare. That's their coaching ticket. So scrum for Sligo on the 22-metre line. This is the big man again, Mullen, Ronan Mullen, powerful player. He's held up there by Hugo McGowan, and the ball spills forward in the tackle, gone forward on the Sligo side, so it'll be a scrum down if the referee sees no advantage accruing to the Buccaneers. But what a drive here, what a drive. And the referee comes back for the scrum, but powerful player, the Athlone, or the Buccaneers, Ryan Nagel. In fact, it's Nathan Kelly, powerful player, the number 8 for Buccaneers, making a lot of yardage there, and Buccaneers have a scrum just outside the Sligo 22-metre line in a good attacking position, and the player standing over it is Andrew Cotton. So Andrew feeds the scrum. 8 minutes almost played in the first half. There's no score in this Connacht A under 14 final. The number 8 going forward, Nathan Kelly, powerful player, gets it out to the wing to his right winger, Jacob Burke. Jacob makes inroads, held up on the 22-metre line. It's still there for Buccaneers. The second row player, Evan Claffey, and Buccaneers drive forward. Good presentation of the ball to Andrew Cotton. Gets it to his out half Hugo McGowan. Plays it out to Dara Glennon. Big man Dara Glennon makes good work. Uses that brilliant footwork he has. And he offloads it. And still Buccaneers, but the ball goes to ground, goes forward. Referee didn't blow his whistle. So Philip Finan, player of the game so far in the opening 10 minutes. Tremendously impressive player. And Philip is penalised for holding on to the ball, not releasing in the tackle. And that's greeted to a thunderous round of applause by the Sligo supporters off to my left here. Fine support for Sligo, fine support for Buccaneers in this under-14 final as well. And as I said, no matter where in the world you're watching this game, if you're supporting Sligo or Buccaneers, you're very welcome. A quick tap and Sligo drive on. And that's a great run there by Angelo Jimenez. And the touch judge has his flag up. Ball is in touch. And it'll be a Buccaneers throw in to the line out. So Angelo Jimenez making his presence felt in the front row and showing the power as well that he has there. Working the legs, strong runner, powerful player. And the throw in for the line out comes from James Kelly. So James, he's been a busy man throwing the ball into the line out so far in the game. So he's got big men in the second row. And Nathan Kelly goes down on it, presents the ball to Andrew Cotton rather, gets the ball outside to the inside centre, who's taken down by his counterpart. That was Oisin O'Donoghue taken down by Mark Clifford, as Philip Finan drives forward once more. He goes crossfield, tackled by Angelo Jimenez, but look at this for pace. Look at this for pace. What a run. Still Philip Finan eventually taken into touch with an excellent tackle coming in there from Mark Clifford. And Mark Clifford making a try-saving tackle there as Philip Finan made so much ground. He worked his way across the field and then he made his way for the try line. But Mark Clifford and Brian McCabe had all their work to do to take him down and win a line out for Sligo. So touch judge Niall Quinn on the far side has his flag raised, and there's an injury there to a Buccaneers player, and the Buccaneers player down injured at the moment is Emmett Killeen. Emmett wears number 23, and he's receiving treatment now from Aidan Rafferty, the Buccaneers physio. So Emmett Killeen, hopefully he'll be up and running very, very quickly. So 11 minutes gone in this game, no score. Buccaneers doing most of the pressing. They're dominating the territory. Sligo are doing all the defending, really. They've defended resolutely. On a couple of occasions when Buccaneers were on the Sligo try line, Sligo defence really worked hard to repel the onslaught and to resist the likely score the Buccaneers were going to get, but credit to the Sligo defence, they've really worked hard to do that. And Christy O'Sullivan, the Raptors club in Galway, the club he's involved in, and Raptors a great club. It caters for, it's a team that looks after and caters for disabled rugby players, and what a great club the Raptors club are, and Christy is part of that club in Galway. So Emmett Killeen still receiving treatment, and looks like he will be okay to continue. Charlie Cooper went in to check on him. We think he's okay. So Sligo and Buccaneers. 12 minutes gone. The referee will have his watch stopped. So we will have injury time at the end of the first half. 25 minutes is the regulation time in the first half and of course the second half. So it's a 50-minute game at this level. So Christy O'Sullivan happy that Emma Killeen is okay to continue. It'll be a line-out throw-in now for Sligo. Donica Fahy throws it into the line. Well taken there by Fionn Byrne. Back on the Sligo side. Good steady ruck. And here comes Sligo driving forward. What a great run. Tackled by Hugo McGowan. Brings play to the 22-metre line. Still there for the Sligo men. The referee not happy with Emma Killeen not rolling away from the ruck and caught on the wrong side. Quick tap taken by Giacomo Gambi Whelan. Ball goes to ground. It's an awkward one for Sligo to deal with, but they're really moving the ball quickly. And this is Ronan Mullen once more. Just brings the ball past the 22-metre line. Sligo in possession. Buccaneers up quick in the tackle. Ronan Mullen once more. Tackled low. Ball presented well on the Sligo side, and this is a great break here, but the players in touch on the far side. It'll be a line-out throw-in to Buccaneers, halfway between the 22-metre line and the 10-metre line on the far side. So almost 14 minutes played on the clock. There'll be less time than that because the clock has been off for injuries to Emmett Killeen. And it's a shortened throw-in here for James Kelly. He'll target Evan Claffey and Peter Burke. So he goes short to the open side flanker. The referee not happy with that, and it's a free kick to Sligo. So the ball was thrown in short to Ryan Nagel, and the referee not happy, so he's going to come back for a scrum. Scrum to Sligo. And it's halfway between the 22-metre line and the 10-metre line. So put in here for the scrum half, for the scrum half, Giacomo Gambi Whelan of Sligo. So Giacomo wearing a skull cap as well, a common feature for many players in the modern era, but less so for the halfbacks. So Giacomo gets the ball to his halfback partner, John Paul Flanagan, the captain, and he sends it down to Philip Finan. Philip kicks ahead and is going to chase it. Ball bounces kindly from a Buccaneers point of view, but well picked up. What a great pick up, but Philip Finan tackles well, but a great offload, and the relieving kick comes in and into touch. And you have to say that the Sligo men gathered that ball excellently, and the touch was made. But Philip Finan, with that kick and chase and that pace that he has shown in the game, is a real threat to the Sligo try line. So we have 15 minutes played. No score on the board from either team. Buccaneers dominating territory. Camped really in the Sligo half in the first half. Sligo have really had no field position worth talking about. Good throw in, but crooked. Again, the wind took it. The wind took the ball as it was making its way through the air, and with halfway into the line out, and a gust of wind brought it down to our right hand side, and the referee has blown his whistle to signal a scrum to Sligo. So it's a very, very difficult proposition for a hooker playing and throwing the ball into the line out against a very strong breeze. So this is Giacomo Gambi Whelan, Hugo McGowan. Sligo come on the attack, and Conor O'Hare, the player that had it, and Sligo have a chance to break now down this right wing. High tackle from Sam Byrne on the Sligo player, Mark Clifford. So the quick tap, and that's the second row forward, Owen McNamara, and he gets it out now to Cathal Moffat. So Cathal working his way up the wing. Sligo drive in. The Buccaneers putting the pressure on, and the referee awards the penalty to Buccaneers for a Sligo hand playing the ball on the floor. So it's a penalty to Buccaneers. 17 minutes gone in the first half, and halfway between the halfway line and the 10-metre line. And it's going to be a quick tap taken here by Andrew Cotton. No, he's going to leave it to his out half, Hugo McGowan, to kick down the touchline, and he finds a good touch just outside the 22-metre line. Jonathan Fahy raises his flag, and this is Buccaneers' chance now to make this territory pay. They've played the game in the Sligo half for the majority of the first half, but they haven't got any meaningful return. In fact, they haven't got any return for this wealth of territory that they've had in the first half, the Buccaneers team. So maybe this time the ball is thrown in short, but Ronan Mullen steals it. Great play by Ronan Mullen. Gets turned, forms the ruck, and ball is there for Cathal Moffat now. What a powerful force he is as well, Cathal Moffat. Driving forward, he's taken down just outside the 10-metre line. Sligo take it on further. Angelo Jimenez. Referee, loud, shrill blast of the whistle, and again penalising Angelo. On that occasion, he's penalised the Sligo player for not releasing, and it'll be a penalty for Hugo McGowan. just inside the Sligo half, 3 or 4 metres inside the Sligo half. Hugo McGowan, and he kicks it back to where we were a few moments ago, and a throw in for Buccaneers and James Kelly. And again, the question to be asked is, can Buccaneers get a return on the territory that they've enjoyed in the first half of this final? It's no score. Sligo no score, Buccaneers no score, 18.5 minutes of normal time, but there will be extra time at the end of the first half for stoppages. So James Kelly throws it into the back of the line, and it's well collected at the back of the line there by Buccaneers. And it was Cathal Brazil that collected it. Hugo McGowan's kick is half back. What a great take by Hugo McGowan, taking the rebound. And the ruck is formed just outside the 22. Buccaneers have possession, but the referee blows his whistle and penalises Buccaneers. And Buccaneers player down injured, needing attention. The physio comes in. So Sligo come back from a good position without a reward again. And will they rue that? But there's a long way to go in this game yet. But you have to remember, Sligo are playing against, or Buccaneers rather, are playing against a strong breeze in the first half. So they have dominated territory against that breeze. And Buccaneers player down injured. It's a concern for Charlie Cooper, the Buccaneers coach, but thankfully he's up. Maybe we'll just know in a moment or two the extent of the injury. And Aidan Rafferty there, the physio, checking out the well-being of the player, and let's hope that he's okay. And thankfully he's back on his feet. It's Hugo McGowan, and Hugo is okay to continue, thankfully. So Hugo, another Buccaneers player needing attention for a knock. But this game will restart with a penalty to Sligo and to John Paul Flanagan, or to take it. So 21 minutes almost played in the first half. John Paul Flanagan is the captain of the Sligo team. Oisin O'Donoghue is the captain of the Buccaneers team. We'll give you the subs who were listed before the game for Buccaneers. Danny Cleary, Donica Dulé, Cathal Brazil, but he's playing now and starting. Ty Coleman, Rory Dolan, Senna Nugent, Phelan Byrne and Jimmy Walsh. In Sligo subs, Dara Delaney, Aaron O'Donoghue, Tiernan O'Rourke, Jack Kells, Liam McLaughlin, Harry Lewis, Brian Cullinan and Tim McCabe. So that's the reserves on both sides. So treatment has been afforded there to the inside centre for Buccaneers, Oisin O'Donoghue, the captain. He's okay to continue. And the watch is back on now by referee Christy O'Sullivan, and Giacomo Gambi Whelan quick taps it to Angelo Jimenez. So Angelo brushes aside the challenge of Cathal Brazil. Great move by Angelo, bringing play up to the 10-metre line. And ball is played over by John Paul Flanagan. John Paul Flanagan brings play halfway between 10-metre line and the halfway line. This is Ronan Mullen. Look at the power of Ronan. And he's been challenged there by the Buccaneers. Inside centre, Oisin O'Donoghue. So Sligo now in a good position. Ball with the inside centre out to the full back. And this is Conor Davey bringing play to the 20-metre line, 22-metre line. And referee has given a penalty to Sligo in a very good position, just outside the 22. And this is a great piece of field position for Sligo to capitalise on. And it's a quick tap by Giacomo Gambi Whelan to Angelo Jimenez. The battering ram. Ball went forward there, but the ref seemed to go forward, but the referee didn't see it. And it's still Sligo on the attack. Ronan Mullen now taking the pass from Hugo McGowan, from John Paul Flanagan rather. Still Sligo. John Paul McGowan to the centre. Mark Clifford. Conor Davey. Outside now to Brian McCabe. Still Brian. Edging towards the line. Sligo in a good position. Giacomo Gambi Whelan, but the referee penalised a Sligo player for going off his feet, and it's a penalty to Buccaneers. So Philip Finan, we look at this once more as the referee penalises a Sligo player for going off his feet and the penalty is taken. A good relieving kick by Oisin O'Donoghue, and that takes play just outside the Buccaneers 22-metre line. So the throw into the line out from James Kelly. So James, big targets there, Evan Claffey and Peter Burke. Sends the ball in, goes to the end of the line out, and into the line comes Oisin O'Donoghue. A brilliant pickup by Giacomo. And the referee penalises Sligo. The run was from Giacomo Gambi Whelan, but the referee penalises Sligo on the attack. And it'll be a chance for Buccaneers to quick tap once more. Andrew Cotton. They take the ball from their own 22. Ball has gone forward. No, it hasn't. The referee decides it hasn't gone forward. Andrew Cotton once more. Good pass. And a relieving kick by Hugo McGowan. Awkward bounce, but it comes back on the Buccaneers side. Dara Glennon. Ruck is formed. The referee says that the ball went forward. It'll be a Buccaneers put in to the scrum. So 25 minutes gone now in the first half. We're going to be playing injury time. There'll be at least 4 to 5 minutes of that. Neither team have managed to score in the first half, but this game will surely liven up shortly. Both teams evenly matched. Buccaneers have enjoyed more of the territory in Sligo's half than Sligo have in the Buccaneers half, in the first half, but neither team have come back with scores. Put in from Andrew Cotton, a good shove. And Sligo have won that against the head. Ronan Mullen, still Ronan Mullen, driving forward, being spun around 2 or 3 times, but stays on his feet, releases the ball back, and the referee gives a penalty to Sligo. But Ronan Mullen, the player who engineered that, and it's a good territory for Sligo here. It's a long way out, so will be a quick tap, and it is Giacomo Gambi Whelan, and he plays the ball forward. And Sligo with Cathal Moffat driving into the Buccaneers 22. So still Sligo driving forward. Sligo get over it, still for Giacomo. Gets it outside to John Paul Flanagan. Into the middle now comes Conor O'Hare. Conor taken down. Giacomo Gambi Whelan picks it up. Gets it outside out to Owen McNamara. Owen is tackled very, very well there by Dara Glennon. Back to Ronan Mullen in the corner. Ronan Mullen makes a break. Still Ronan Mullen. They're 4 or 5 metres, 5 metres, just outside the 5 metre line. Back to Angelo Jimenez, all the way! What a score! Angelo Jimenez! We were talking about a score coming shortly, and there it was, Angelo Jimenez driving forward. What leg power! Ronan Mullen again drawing the cover. The ball at the base of the scruck, it popped up, and there was Angelo Jimenez. What a score by the prop forward. Angelo Jimenez in stoppage time at the end of the first half gives Sligo the lead, and what a big score that is, because Buccaneers have dominated territory, and Sligo, once they got into the scoring zone, they made it pay with a wonderful try. Ronan Mullen making the yards and then tackled. The ball just popped, squirted out of the ruck, and there was Angelo Jimenez about 40 metres out, and he burst through the gap. Nothing could stop him over the line, and a brilliant score, Angelo Jimenez. So chance now for John Paul Flanagan, the captain of Sligo, to add the conversion. It's from a very difficult angle. He has the aid of the breeze, so here's John Paul, and that's just right of the post. And score that the game needed has come. Angelo Jimenez, the man that's got it. And Buccaneers now have to regroup. They're in no hurry with the restart. They're playing against a very, very strong breeze, but the referee asking for a ball to be sent in. The ball is down in the left corner there. It's with Niall Quinn, the touch judge, and he kicks it out towards the second row forward, Evan Claffey, for Buccaneers, and it now gets to Hugo McGowan to restart this game for Buccaneers. So it's Sligo 5, Buccaneers yet to register a score. We're into stoppage time at the end of the first half, and the ball is kicked forward by Hugo McGowan, and it's well held on to there by Conor O'Hare, and the referee in fact gives the knock on, and scrum to Buccaneers. And can Buccaneers respond? What sort of response will they have to that Angelo Jimenez score? So they're in a good position in front of the post. They can go right, they can go left. Will it be a back row move involving their strong number 8, Nathan Kelly? Buccaneers number 8, Nathan Kelly, powerful player, just like Ronan Mullen. It's a good shove by both teams. Is this a strike against the head? It is, and Ronan Mullen, Sligo have stolen that, and Ronan Mullen again brings the play up to the 10-metre line on the Sligo side. This is Giacomo Gambi-Whelan out to John Paul Flanagan. Angelo Jimenez now. High tackle coming in. Referee okay with the play to continue. This is Giacomo darting. What a great piece of play by Giacomo Gambi-Whelan. Taken down and presents the ball brilliantly to his out half, John Paul Flanagan, the captain, to Ronan Mullen. Inside to his lock forward. That's Owen McNamara. Played outside to full back. And a good kick forward by Conor Davey. Philip Finan is back to cover. He's been tackled now. He's under pressure. Conor Davey and Brian McCabe up quick to exert the pressure. Referee allows play continue. Conor O'Hare inside to Mark Clifford. This is Owen McNamara into the middle. And still back on the Sligo side. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan to the tight head. Cathal Moffat taken down by Dara Glennon. Still there for Sligo. The ball is at the base of the ruck. Sligo looking for the second try of the game as they edge towards the try line. And here's a chance. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan makes the dart, but he's held up. They're 4 metres short now, Sligo. Can they breach the Buccaneers line again? This is Sligo still driving forward. It's there for Cathal Moffat. He's on the line. He drives. He twists and turns. He's held up. The ball squirts back. Still there for Sligo. A chance of a score. Ball has gone forward, and Buccaneers will get the put in. No, the referee's blown the whistle. The ball had gone forward before Brian McCabe got possession. And we just see this here again. And some great work there by Nathan Kelly for Buccaneers to hold up the Sligo attack. And there is the half-time whistle, blown by Christy O'Sullivan, and it's 5 points to Sligo. And Buccaneers yet to score at half-time. The sole try coming on the 25th minute. Ronan Mullen made the break. The ball popped out, and Angelo Jimenez from about 14 metres drove through the Buccaneers defence to score the first try of the game. So 5 points to Sligo. No score to Buccaneers in this Connacht Division A League Final, under 14 grade. Buccaneers, the Athlone-based team. Sligo, of course, the North Connacht team. And Buccaneers have beaten Sligo already in the league this year. So Sligo have played with the breeze in the first half. You have to say that for the first 20 minutes of the game, Buccaneers dominated territory and without getting a reward. And then when Sligo got their chance, they capitalised with that try by Angelo Jimenez. Almost got in for a second try, but the ball went forward before Brian McCabe raced in over the line just before the half-time whistle. So it's the game is finally poised here. It's anybody's game in this final because Buccaneers will have the aid of the breeze in the second half. You can see from the flags fluttering out there that the breeze is very, very strong. We saw the difficulty that the hookers had with the line-out throw, and we'll just see how Sligo will cater against the breeze and Buccaneers with it. Buccaneers had some fine performers in the first half. Not least Philip Finan, the fullback. What a player! What speed! What prowess he has, defending and attacking, kicking and chasing. And of course they've Nathan Kelly, the number 8, very, very good player as well. Good half-back division of Andrew Cotton and Hugo McGowan prominent in the first half. And Dara Glenn in the centre made some good tackles. Then on the Sligo side, Angelo Jimenez very, very dominant, as is Cathal Moffat. Owen McNamara has come into the game well towards the end of the first half. And Ronan Mullen, of course, as well, has been the main driver of Sligo's attacks. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan and John Paul Flanagan really on top of their game as well, bringing their backs into the play. Conor O'Hare, Mark Clifford, Conor Davey and Brian McCabe also getting into the game towards the end of the first half. So it's finally poised. There's nothing between these two teams, Sligo and Buccaneers. Just a measure of how these clubs are dominating Connacht rugby at the moment. 3 Connacht finals have involved Sligo and Buccaneers. The under-15 final last week finished 7 points to Sligo, 5 to Buccaneers. The under-17 final finished 28 points to 10 in favour of Buccaneers against Sligo. And now Sligo have a lead at half-time in the under-14 final. They're leading by 5 points to 0. So both teams in a huddle. Down to our right, the black and amber team, that is Buccaneers, all black with amber trim. And to our left you have Sligo with yellow, black and red hoops, black togs, and then the multicoloured yellow, red and black socks as well. So Christy O'Sullivan, the referee from the Raptors Club in Galway, going out to the middle of the field again, which signals his readiness to recommence proceedings as the mist drops and the rain drops down here on Craigs, the wind blowing from left to right. Last Sunday for the under-17 and under-15 finals we had glorious sunshine, blue skies and some great rugby served up by Sligo and Buccaneers. And similarly today, both teams giving it everything. Some great pieces of action and individual skill on both teams, giving the fans lots to cheer about. And very, very tight. Both defences, you have to say, must get great credit for the way that they were able to repel attacks on both sides. So the coaching standard at both sides has to be commended in the manner in which the defences have kept the score to what it is, 5 points to Sligo. No score yet to Buccaneers. And the game is about to recommence here at Craigs. So there is the Buccaneers team, and we'll see a substitute in on the Buccaneers team, and that's number 19, Tyg Coleman is in. So Tyg Coleman is in on the Buccaneers team, and we'll just check on any other changes, and we'll give them to you as we see them. So the Buccaneers out half is going to restart the game, and that player is the man wearing number 10, Hugo McGowan. So Hugo McGowan about to restart. Cathal Brazel, number 18, is gone off the Buccaneers team. So we'll just see what the hold-up is here. And now Christy O'Sullivan is ready to give Hugo McGowan the signal to kick. And Angelo Jimenez underneath it. It goes backwards, and Angelo recovers the ball well on the 22-metre line. And the ball is set up there for Giacomo Gambi-Whelan to Ronan Mullen now. Look at Ronan charge forward. Sligo forwards get around the ball to protect it. It's presented there to the second row forward, Owen McNamara. There for Giacomo Gambi-Whelan, John Paul Flanagan into the centre. It comes, still there on the Sligo side, and they can bring it forward now. This is still Sligo in possession, but driven back by Jacob Burke for Buccaneers. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan, John Paul Flanagan, Ronan Mullen. Sligo find it difficult to get out of that area. So now they have possession with Conor O'Hare gets a good pass away toward Mark Clifford. Still Giacomo Gambi-Whelan borrowing the ball out, but the referee has signalled Sligo player not rolling away, and penalised was Fionn Byrne. So the referee has given a penalty to Buccaneers, and Hugo McGowan has a decision to make. Will they quick tap or will they go for the post or will they kick to the corner? It seems like a long way out to kick. The referee has signalled for the post. So just see, will Hugo McGowan, he is indeed, he's going to kick for the post, and he's Sligo very generously lending their kicking tee to Buccaneers out half Hugo McGowan. So that's Hugh O'Hare there, Sligo coach, handing the tee over to the Buccaneers men. So Hugo McGowan has a breeze behind him. He's about 27, 28 metres out. This is a very, very difficult kick for an under 14 player. Extremely difficult kick, a long distance out, but let's see what Hugo can make of this. So here he comes. He's looking up at the post. Here he is. Right for the kick. It's a great strong kick. And what a score! What a score by Hugo McGowan. What a brilliant penalty kick by Hugo McGowan. He had confidence. And on the 27th minute, Hugo McGowan puts Buccaneers on the scoreboard. And what a brilliant kick. And not alone did it get it over the crossbar, he had about 7 or 8 metres to spare, and a really strong kick by Hugo McGowan for a under 14 player for that distance. A tremendous score by Hugo McGowan. So 5 points to 3 now. Sligo in the lead, and Buccaneers score from their first attack in the second half. The restart by John Paul Flanagan, played out towards the left wing, and that's a good piece of skill there by the Buccaneers winger. Back towards Andrew Cotton. This is Hugo McGowan, right for the kick into space. Conor Davey is back there, well held by Conor Davey, and the referee blows his whistle. Penalty to Sligo. Buccaneers offside, ahead of the kicker. So Sligo have a penalty. Referee penalising the Buccaneers backs for being up too quickly, and it'll be a penalty to the Yates County team. This is Giacomo Gambi-Whelan. Angelo Jimenez, try score, still Angelo, dancing one way, weaving, darting forward, tackled on the 10-metre line. Ball there has gone forward and played on the ground. The referee signalling ball played on the floor, and it's going to be a penalty to Philip Finan. So here's Philip, and Philip slices his kick, and he makes touch right on the halfway line. Peter Mullen, the touch judge from Sligo, signals a Buccaneers throw into the line out. So this is James Kelly with that black skull cap. The wind had been an enemy of the line out thrower in the first half. Let's see, can he get this straight? So James into the front of the line, and it's robbed by the Sligo men. And there's Cathal Moffat driving forward, still there on the Sligo side. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan to Angelo Jimenez, head down. Great power again by Angelo. Presented back on the Sligo side. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan, Cathal Moffat now. Still Cathal Moffat edging towards the 10-metre line. Tackled by Nathan Kelly and by Evan Claffey. It's taken down past the 10-metre line. Sligo player there is Giacomo Gambi-Whelan, gets it to his lock forward. And that's Owen McNamara to Ronan Mullen. Into the line comes Mark Clifford. Out to Conor Davey. Grubber kick up the wing. Back was Philip Finan, and it's into touch. What a great kick there by the Sligo fullback, and brings play deep into Buccaneers territory inside the 22. But a good back line move there by the Sligo men. Again, the hard yards made by Angelo Jimenez, Ronan Mullen, and then the halfbacks of Giacomo Gambi-Whelan and John Paul Flanagan, giving quality ball out to the backs. Ball played to the front of the line out. It goes, it's a messy ball. It's tidied up well by the Buccaneers men, but they're under a lot of pressure. They're in their in-goal area nearly, and Hugo McGowan gets in a clearing kick. But this is Conor Davey. He dummies, and that ball went forward from the pass, and it's going to be Buccaneers put in to the scrum. But some nice play there by Conor Davey. Sold the dummy to Philip Finan, made a few yards, but the ball definitely was passed forward, and it'll be a Buccaneers put in. 6 minutes gone now in the second half here at Craig's in this Connacht under-14 Division A final between Buccaneers and Sligo. Sligo lead by 5 points to 3. The try came after 25 minutes of the first half from Angelo Jimenez, the loose head prop, and Hugo McGowan kicked a penalty for Buccaneers 2 minutes into the second half. That's a strong shove by the Sligo pack, and the referee blows his whistle. He's going to reset the scrum, I think. He's talking to players on the Sligo side, maybe to shoving too early. So it'll be a put in now once more for Buccaneers, and Andrew Cotton, the man to feed the scrum. So there's Andrew, referee Christy O'Sullivan, and the front row of Kieran West, James Kelly, Jack Ryan, Buccaneers, and Angela Jimenez, Donncha Fat and Cathal Moffat of Sligo. So here comes Andrew Cotton with the feed. Again, a powerful shove on by the Sligo men. The ball was won against the head, but the referee blows his whistle. We're going to have a third set and third attempt. So again, Christy O'Sullivan, referee, speaking to the front rows. And Andrew Cotton once more. Buccaneers just outside their own 22. 7 minutes gone in the second half. They trail 5 to 3. And Sligo with the push in. Andrew again one against the head, and it's there for Giacomo Gambi Whelan to John Paul McGowan. Into the line comes the full back. This is Brian McCabe. Still Sligo on the attack. Good retention of possession. Back out towards John Paul Flanagan. Tackled there by Philip Finan. Turnover ball. Buccaneers have it. And a big dump tackle coming in. The ball goes backwards. And the referee blows his whistle. It's forward by Buccaneers. Scrum to Sligo. So the Sligo pressure telling. And a big dump tackle paid dividends. And Sligo now with the put in. Halfway between the 10-metre line and the 22. And it's Giacomo Gambi Whelan with the put in. The blue skull cap. Very, very prominent in this game, Giacomo. And Sligo coaches calling for line speed. So it's there for Giacomo. Back row move. Ronan Mullen. He's got John Paul Flanagan. Out to Mark Clifford. Conor O'Hare to Conor Davey, but the ball is awkward. Brian McCabe picks up the loose pass. Inside now to Mark Clifford. Into the middle. Giacomo Gambi Whelan. Presented on the Sligo side. John Paul Flanagan acting the scrum half to Ronan Mullen. This is Fionn Byrne for Sligo. Great break by Fionn Byrne. Tackled well by Peter Burke. And the referee gives the penalty to Sligo. Straight in front of the post. About 16 metres out. And this is John Paul Flanagan territory. He'll need a kicking tee. Sligo seem to be warming up a substitute. And that's Tiernan O'Rourke. He's wearing number 18. He's having a word with his coach. So Tiernan O'Rourke comes in, and he's having a chat there with Ronan Mullen, giving instructions. So Sligo make the change, and they've taken off Fionn Byrne. So Fionn Byrne and Tiernan O'Rourke is on. This is a great chance now for John Paul Flanagan to extend the Sligo lead out to 8 points to 3. Straight in front of the posts. He's against the breeze. So a big kick now for John Paul Flanagan, the captain of the team. 10 minutes gone now in the second half here in Craig's in this Connacht Division A final, and John Paul makes no mistake, kicks that penalty, and made it look very, very easy indeed. So great kick there by John Paul Flanagan, replicating the skill level that was shown by Hugo McGowan when he scored his penalty for Athlone. So it's 8 points now to Sligo, 3 points to Buccaneers. And we have 11 minutes almost played in the second half. The referee asking for another ball to be sent in. The ball went out over the wall into the farmyard behind the goals over to our left from the penalty by John Paul Flanagan. So 11 minutes gone now in the second half. Hugo McGowan to restart with the aid of the breeze. It's a high one, landing inside the 22. Has it gone backwards? Referee adjudges that it has. And now he's given a penalty to Buccaneers. Penalty to Buccaneers just inside the 22-metre line. It was a scrappy ball back on the Sligo side. And Buccaneers are going to quick tap this. Kieran West standing over it. It's a very good attacking position. He gathers the ball, Kieran West drives forward. And it's back on the Athlone, on the Buccaneers side rather. But referee penalises Buccaneers. And that's an opportunity gone a begging for Buccaneers. So again, good play by the Sligo defence to force the error. And the referee, Christy Sullivan, gives Sligo the decision. Halfway inside their 22. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Approaching the halfway mark in the second half, third quarter. And we're now heading into the final quarter of this final. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan. Angelo Jimenez now. Angelo taken down, very good tackle. Ball is there for Giacomo Gambi-Whelan once more. John Paul Flanagan. This is McNamara going across his own try line, and the Buccaneers men pile in, but you have to say it was great play there by Owen McNamara to retain the ball, but the referee has penalised Sligo almost on the 5-metre line. And this is a dangerous position for Buccaneers. So Owen McNamara deserves great credit to hold on to the ball. He was isolated. Buccaneers have forced a penalty, and Nathan Kelly standing over this, the number 8, powerful player, together with Evan Claffey, his second row forward, and they're having a word about the tactics, what's going to happen here. So Nathan Kelly going to quick tap this. He's got Oisin O'Donoghue outside him. So Nathan Kelly driving towards the Sligo line. They're held up, still there on the Buccaneer side. The referee said the ball has gone forward, and Sligo have won the scrum. So that was a chance gone a begging for Buccaneers. And we just see it once more again. Nathan Kelly quick tapped the ball, played the ball forward. Sligo defending resolutely, and the ball went forward in the contact. So scrum to Sligo in a very dangerous position from their point of view. Buccaneers, if they can get a good shove on here and maybe win against, strike against the head, they have a try scoring opportunity. So a big moment in the game. 14 minutes in the second half. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan to put into the scrum. Referee asks for the scrum to be reset. And this is a big moment. Can Buccaneers get a good shove on and win that strike against the head? Or will Sligo protect the ball, get it to John Paul Flanagan to make touch? So here's Giacomo. Feeds the scrum. Good shove by Buccaneers, but well done by John Paul Flanagan. And Sligo playing it out from the back. Here comes Conor Davey. Held up there by Oisin O'Donoghue and Philip Finan for Buccaneers. The ball is back on the Buccaneers side. Nathan Kelly has it. Still Nathan Kelly. Hands off. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan taken down by Giacomo. Referee's arm outstretched for penalty advantage. Philip Finan now going cross field. Buccaneers have numbers here outside. Still Philip Finan racing towards the corner. Nothing will stop him. He's in and he's over. And Philip Finan has done what he's been threatening to do all game. Racing across field and arcing around the Sligo defence in the corner. And what about that for a score by Philip Finan? Nothing could stop him. Brian McCabe tried valiantly to stop him, as did Conor Davey, but there was nothing that they could do about the pace and energy of Philip Finan as he got into the corner and scores that try. So 15 minutes into the second half, 10 minutes to go. Philip Finan has levelled the scores. It's 8 points apiece, and Hugo McGowan has a chance to add the after. But look at that for pace. Philip Finan in the corner, and nothing Owen McNamara could do about this. But it's a difficult kick for Hugo McGowan, very far out. So here he comes, right for the kick, held up in the breeze, but it's not going to go over the bar, crossbar. It's 8 points now to Sligo, 8 points to Buccaneers. There are 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes to play, 9 minutes to play. This game is finally poised what a game we have here. It's anybody's game, and the next score in this game could be crucial. Who will it be for? Will it be for Sligo? Will it be for Buccaneers? 2 great tries in the game, one by Philip Finan, the Buccaneers fullback, and one by Angelo Jimenez, the Sligo loose head prop, in the 25th minute, and there in the 40th minute, Philip Finan with that wonderful, wonderful try, arcing his way across the field and then heading for the whitewash and into the corner, despite valiant efforts from Brian McCabe, Mark Clifford and Owen McNamara. So the restart by John Paul Flanagan. It hops awkwardly, but it's taken there by Jacob Burke. So Jacob taken down by Ruben Galvin. It's there for Andrew Cotton, back to Hugo McGowan. Hugo has a chance to deliver a long ball. Way back goes Conor Davey. What a great kick. Up chasing is Philip Finan. It's a dangerous ball for the Sligo men. And Sligo penalised for playing the ball on the floor, Conor Davey. But what about that for a kick from Hugo McGowan? With the aid of the breeze, he must have made about 50 metres at least with that kick, and Conor Davey was put into an unenviable position to chase back and cover with Philip Finan breathing down his neck. So the penalty has been conceded, and Hugo McGowan, this is well within his range if we are to gauge it by his previous penalty. It's a lot closer in, but it's slightly further out to the left, but it should suit a right-footed kicker. So Hugo McGowan kicked a great one a few minutes ago. A chance now to put his team into the lead. So here he comes, right for the kick. He gets underneath it, but does he get the accuracy? He does! Off the crossbar. Hugo McGowan, in the 43rd minute, has put Buccaneers into the lead. He didn't catch it as well as he caught his previous kick. It sort of, he got underneath it too much, but it's nonetheless, it was a brilliant kick by Hugo McGowan, and Sligo now bring in a substitute. And they're making a change. In comes Aaron O'Donoghue. Aaron O'Donoghue is in, and off comes the right winger, and that's out on the full. It's going to be a scrum in the middle of the field, on the halfway line. That restart out on the full. 6 minutes of normal time almost left to play. It's Buccaneers leading. So Patrick Phelan has come off the Sligo team, and on in his place is Aaron O'Donoghue. So Aaron O'Donoghue. Buccaneers 11, Sligo 3. Sligo 8 rather. Scrum for Buccaneers in the middle of the field, resulting from that restart that went out on the full. And a put in there from Andrew Cotton. Nathan Kelly has it, number 8. Still Nathan, gets it into the middle. And this is Oisin O'Donoghue, the captain, handing off the Sligo defenders. And still Oisin O'Donoghue does really well to Dara Glennon now. Dara has support outside him with Philip Finan. Still Philip moving across the field. Still Philip taken down brilliantly there by Ronan Mullen. What a great tackle by Ronan Mullen. Back on the Buccaneer side, Andrew Cotton outside Oisin O'Donoghue. This is the substitute. Kicked forward, and that's going to go dead. And it'll be brought back from where the ball was kicked. So it's going to be a scrum for Sligo from where the ball was kicked. And 5 minutes of normal time left to play. It's Buccaneers 11 points, Sligo 8 points. This has been an enthralling, captivating game of rugby. Both teams giving it everything. 2 evenly matched teams, nothing between them. And it's the Buccaneers team who have the advantage at the moment, thanks to those 2 penalties from Hugo McGowan and the try from Philip Finan. Touch judge has his flag raised the far side. The referee didn't see it. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan to John Paul Flanagan. This is Mark Clifford, Conor O'Hare, and Sligo trying to edge their way forward, crossing the 10-metre line. Support piles in on the Sligo side. Giacomo Gambi-Whelan, John Paul Flanagan, Ronan Mullen now, Angelo Jimenez. What a great power by Angelo, taken down by Philip Finan. Good play there by both players. Angelo presents it on the ground. Buccaneers pile in and drive over, but they go over the top. and it'll be a penalty to Sligo. And what a collision there between Philip Fine and Angelo Jimenez, two of the best players on the field, you could say, for their respective teams. And it's going to be a quick tap here by the scrum half. Giacomo Gambuini, Angelo Jimenez, outside him. John Paul Flanagan. This is McNamara. Flanagan once more. Mark Clifford, Conor O'Hare. On to the wing now, Aaron O'Donoghue. Ball taken by the Sligo men, far side. This is Giacomo Gambi-Whelan once more. Still darting. That energy hasn't let up once during the game. The ball is in the open. Can be played, but well played by Owen McNamara for Sligo. Driving forward past the 10-metre line now. Sligo trailing by 3, 11 points to 8. And we have 3 minutes of normal time left to play. Buccaneers win a penalty, and that's a vital decision at this stage of the game. Deep into the fourth quarter, Buccaneers have got that opportunity to relieve the pressure, and Sligo going to make a change here. On comes number 19, Jack Kells, and off comes Cathal Moffat. So Jack Kells replaces Cathal Moffat at tight head prop. Jack wearing number 19. And he joins Aaron O'Donoghue, Tiernan O'Rourke as substitutes introduced by Sligo. Buccaneers, of course, have brought on Ty Coleman. And we're into the last 3 minutes of normal time. The referee will have stopped the clock now. So when the clock has stopped on your TV screens, it doesn't mean that the game will be over. There'll be at least maybe a minute or two extra to play as both teams get into a huddle. It's 11 points to Buccaneers, 8 points to Sligo. This game has swung in both directions right throughout the game, and Buccaneers have got those vital scores, and those 2 penalties, massive penalties from Hugo McGowan have been the difference between the two teams. 2 great penalties. So Hugo McGowan now with the big boot and sends it down into Sligo territory, halfway between the halfway line and the 22. So when Hugo McGowan puts ball to boot, he really gets good purchase on it and makes good ground. And it's a throw in now to Buccaneers in a very favourable position for them as we approach the last minute of normal time. As I said earlier, there'll be at least 2 to 3 minutes, I would say, of stoppage time for various injuries in the second half. And it's a throw in for Buccaneers, and James Kelly, the man once more, to throw in for Charlie Cooper's team to the front of the line. Buccaneers have it back on their side, Nathan Kelly, but the referee has blown for the ball has gone forward on the Buccaneers side, so Sligo put into the scrum, and Giacomo Gambi-Whelan, another very impressive player in this match, will feed the scrum. So Sligo need to get the ball forward as quickly as they can. We're in the last minute of the game, and they trail by 3. And can Sligo force extra time with a penalty or drop goal, or maybe even grab a winner with a try? So Giacomo, big shunt from the Buccaneers team. John Paul Flanagan. Sligo now with Mark Clifford. Conor O'Hare, well taken down by Dara Glennon. Referee penalises Sligo for not releasing, and Conor Davey sort of questions that decision. He didn't remonstrate to the referee, but he was expressed his disappointment, and Buccaneers have a penalty about 31, 32 metres out, and it's Hugo McGowan has the belief and the confidence to kick this penalty. He's kicked one from maybe a metre or two further in earlier in the second half. Can he kick a hat-trick now of penalties? This penalty, if it goes over, it would most likely signal a Buccaneers victory. We're now into injury time, and we've a minute gone now in extra time, of injury time rather, and the referee holding play up for the physio to treat Philip Finan. Philip, could his try be the match-winning try? We'll find out the next 2 to 3, 4 minutes. So Philip Finan, big contender for man of the match as well, as is Hugo McGowan on the Buccaneers side. And then on the Sligo side, Ronan Mullen, and then Giacomo Gambi Whelan impressed as well. And Philip Finan looks like his game is over. And he has made a big impact in this game. Philip Finan, what a prospect, what a player. So this is Hugo McGowan. So Hugo McGowan with the kick, what a boot, straight in, and just under the crossbar. And Sligo run it from the back here. They needed a score, and here they come with John Paul Flanagan. Needs support, he has it. And Sligo, Tiernan O'Rourke, ball has gone forward in the tackle. Buccaneers play on. Substitute in on the Buccaneers team, that's Phelan Byrne, wearing number 22 for Philip Finan. Still there on the Buccaneers side. This is Rushin O'Donoghue, the captain, wearing number 12, dancing, weaving, darting his way forward, reaches the 22. Advantage over Andrew Cotton now. This is played out to the loose head, Kieran West. They work it down the left wing with Sam Byrne. First touch for Sam in the second half, and the ball is in touch, and it's going to be a line out. In fact, it's going to be a scrum, and Sligo introduce Harry Lewis, and they introduce Dara Delaney. So Harry Lewis and Dara Delaney is in for Sligo, and Philip Finan, it must have been a HIA he came off for, and he's back in play. So Philip, thankfully, is okay to continue, and Buccaneers bring off Phelan Byrne, who temporarily replaced Philip, and Philip coming off again, is he? We'll just see. Looks like it is. Philip coming off. Phelan Byrne has gone in. So Sligo, as I said, introduced Dara Delaney and Harry Lewis. And Buccaneers win that one, and they come forward. Can they get another score? Dara Glennon kicks it into touch. And is that it? That's it. It's all over. Buccaneers have won a brilliant final here. An absolutely wonderful game of rugby between two great teams, Sligo and Buccaneers. But Buccaneers have won the Connacht Under 14 A final for 2021, beating a gallant Sligo team by 11 points to 8. What a game of rugby we've had here in Craigs this afternoon as the Buccaneers team celebrate, and they have won the Under 14 league. Sligo won the Under 15 and 17 league last week, beating Buccaneers, but Buccaneers have won this weekend, and a great game of rugby between two great teams, well coached and well drilled, played in a wonderful spirit, well disciplined, and Buccaneers come from behind to overcome Sligo on a scoreline of 11 points to 8. Nothing really between the two teams, and you have to say that it was those two penalties from Hugo McGowan that made the difference. One from a long distance out, about 30 metres out, at the start of the second half, which put Buccaneers on the board. Sligo led at half-time by 5 points to 3. That penalty, that try came from Angelo Jimenez just before half-time. Angelo made a brilliant break about 14 metres out, and he crashed in over the line for the opening score. Then after half-time, it was Hugo McGowan, the second minute of the second half, kicked a penalty for about 27, 28 metres out, which was an excellent score to make it 5 points to 3. And then John Paul Flanagan kicked a penalty for Sligo in the 10th minute of the second half to make it 8 points to 3. And then Philip Finan in the 40th minute with 10 minutes to go, he arced his way across the 22, and then he changed direction, pointed for the corner, and nothing that Owen McNamara, Brian McCabe or Mark Clifford could do to stop Philip Finan from crashing in over the line in the corner to level the scores. Hugo McGowan missed the resultant conversion, but he didn't miss a penalty 3 minutes later from about 18 metres out, which went in over the crossbar with the aid of the upright and that proved to be the winning score for Buccaneers. So Hugo McGowan proved himself the match winner, scoring 2 penalties together with Philip Finan with that wonderful try. But credit to both teams on a wonderful game of rugby. And you have to credit Sligo's defensive work particularly, because Buccaneers had a lot of possession in the first half. They were camped in Sligo territory for the greater part of that first half, but Sligo's defence time and time again withstood the siege and the onslaught and the pressure exerted on their defensive lines by the Buccaneers team. And Buccaneers then in the second half came forward. Buccaneers, Sligo got that great try just before the break. Angelo Jimenez taking a pass from Ronan Mullen. And Ronan Mullen also excellent in this game, together with Angelo Jimenez, excellent for Sligo. And then after the break, as I said, Hugo McGowan with that long distance penalty from way out, brought his team back into the game, put them on the scoreboard. A try from Philip Finan, penalty from John Paul McLaughlin, and then the match winning penalty in the 43rd minute from Hugo McGowan, with the aid of the upright, as both teams shake hands with each other and congratulate each other on an excellent game of rugby. Very, very closely.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to hold you too long here today. Absolutely brilliant game of rugby. Very, very tight game. Played in difficult conditions today for handling the ball, but both teams in that there done exceptionally well. A very tight game. It was, very closely fought, and lovely to see rugby at this level. And lovely, congratulations to both Buccaneers and to Sligo for the standard of rugby in that there you played today. All credit goes to your management, to your coaches, to your parents for doing the job that they have done with both teams here. I can see a lot of the skills, a lot of the rugby skills in that there, and the way the game was played today, and continue doing that. Keep working at it. Some of you will be moving on to the next grade, and it's great to be playing with your friends, with your people that you train with throughout the year, and just keep it up, because someday some of you here will be probably wearing the green of Connacht or the green of Ireland, and you never know. So at least like within your own club, you can enjoy the rest of the years up through youths, because in both clubs you have an exceptionally good youth structure there, and long may it continue. I want to thank the referee in that here for a great job keeping the game flowing in that here today. Again, thanks very much. And at this stage, I just want to say to Sligo, hard luck today. You fought to the bitter end, and that there, it just wasn't your day today. But you will be back. There's a lot of great players in that there in your team. And I have no doubt if you stick together as a bunch that you'll be back there again. And all credit to you. Thank you very much. Congrats, Buccaneers. Well done today, lads. You stuck at it, and you came good in the end. And at this stage, I'll ask Oisín to come forward to present the trophy.
So Oisín O'Donoghue, the captain of Buccaneers, comes forward to receive the shield from Adrian Leddy of the Connacht branch.
Just to say that we have no medals today, Oisín. They're still at sea, so let's hope. We were hoping to have them at the beginning of the season, but unfortunately they haven't arrived yet. So we will get them to you at some stage. Again, congratulations and well done, Oisín.
So well done, Oisín O'Donoghue, receiving the trophy on behalf of the Buccaneers team. Great speech there by Adrian Leddy. Summed it all up, thanking the coaches, thanking the referee, the parents.
I want to thank Sligo for coming down and playing us. Hip hip for Sligo. Hip hip. 3 cheers for Sligo. Hip hip. Hip hip. And I want to thank the coaches and the referee for coming down and helping us through the games. So Oisín thanks the coaches, and coaches Charlie Cooper for Buccaneers, Jonathan Fahy, Hugh O'Hare and Peter Mullen for the great jobs they've done for both these teams
and Oisin raises the shield. The team will celebrate, but what a great game of rugby between two great teams, very well drilled, very well coached, very disciplined, and the game was in the melting pot right up to the very, very end. Sligo fought to the very end and took wonderful kicks there by Hugo McGowan, a wonderful try by Peter Finan to win it for Buccaneers, and credit also to Angelo Jimenez for a great try for Sligo, and John Paul Flanagan for a penalty goal as well. So it's all over here in Craig's. That's the end of our coverage this afternoon. Sligo have been defeated by Buccaneers in the under-14 A-League final by 11 points to 8 in a thriller of a game, and really absorbing contest, captivating and pulsating right throughout the 50-odd minutes that were played by referee Christy O'Sullivan. In the other game played earlier, a win for Carrick-on-Shannon, comprehensive victory for Carrick-on-Shannon against Monivea in the B final. So great credit to all the coaches, the players and everybody that made this game, these games possible here in Craig's today. Great afternoon for rugby and great advertisement for rugby. The skills on show from Monivea, Carrick-on-Shannon, Sligo, and the champions of Division A under 14 for 2021. That's the Buccaneers team, coached by Charlie Cooper, captained by Oisin O'Donoghue, and they are Division A champions at under 14 level for 2021. So I'd like to thank you all for joining us here in Craig's on the Roscommon-Galway border, no matter where in the world you've been tuning in and watching this game online. My thanks to Anthony Quinn and Louise Anthony Quinn who provided the video, and Louise on camera, Niall Quinn of Craig's who organised this streaming together with all the clubs as well who participated and contributed the live stream. We hope you enjoyed our coverage, and until next time from Craig's, Slán agus Bannacht Cáride go léir.